Hello, Painting with a Purpose friends. Today we are going to paint this slithery, slippery snake. Now your snake colors can be any color you want to make him. He can be bright orange, he can be red. Your choice as to what color you want to make your snake. For the background, you will need a light, this is called a pool blue, like a swimming pool, and white for the background. And then you will need, I'm going to be using yellow and black for my snake. I have two different shades of brown. To darken your brown, if you don't have a second shade, just add black to it and it will darken your brown up. And then if you can see, I've got 4 different shades of green. So to make different shades of green, you're just going to tint it with yellow if you don't have different colors of green. And you will be needing your 2-inch brush if you have one. If you don't have one, your regular flat brush will be fine. And I will be using 3 different size round brushes. So I have, and these two are really close, but one has just a little bit better point than the other. So medium, rather larger one, and then a smaller one. All right, let's get started. So go ahead and get your 2-inch brush in that pool blue color, and we're just gonna paint our whole canvas that color. And don't worry, this is a thin color, and you might see some white through the blue, but we're gonna add white. And then to get rid of any, like if you've got different brush strokes like that, you're just going to run your brush straight across from left to right. Don't pick it up, just run it from one side to the other right off the canvas. Now, don't even wipe or wash your brush off. We're just going to dip it in the white, so just the tips are white, and we're just going to add some white through here and maybe down here and down here. So wherever you want to add white. Once you have your background finished, you are finished with this big brush, so you can put it in your cup of water. We are going to be starting on our tree branches next, as soon as our backdrop dries. Okay, now that our background is dry, we are going to start with your smaller of the round brushes. So grab your smaller of the round brushes, and we are just gonna draw. So we're gonna start drawing the tree. Let's go this way. So, all right. So get a little bit of that lighter brown, not your darker brown, your lighter brown, and we're gonna start on the right-hand side of our canvas. Just about 1/3 of the way down, and it's just going to be a long line, diagonal line that stretches all the way across your canvas. Okay, and we're just drawing right now, so no worries if it's kind of spotty. All right, now we're going to add on to this branch, and our tree for this branch is over here. We're kind of making a jungle, so branches are going to kind of crisscross. Trees are close together. So this branch is going to start out like this, and then as it goes across our canvas, it's going to get bigger, like so. And then it has another branch that comes off here. And goes back that way. And then we have another branch that kind of crisscrosses down here at the bottom, comes up, just like so. There's a little branch that comes off of here. Another little one that comes off the bottom down here. We have a little one that comes up off of here. And then we have a bigger one that kind of breaks off and comes across here. All right, now with your bigger round brush, we're gonna fill all of these in right now. And we're still using that lighter brown.
And this is your bigger round brush.
All right, now that we have the bottom branches filled in and painted, we're gonna do our top branch. And this is coming from this side. Another tree is over on this side of our canvas, an invisible tree. So from about a third of the way down, a little, you're almost in line with this one, just a little bit higher. You're gonna start, and you're just gonna go at a diagonal from the side to the top. And then he just kind of branches, and as it comes down, it gets wider. And then it's going to branch off from here and go up this way. Now that you have those, you're going to fill that in. Alright, now with our smaller brush that we used to draw with and your darker brown, and again, if you don't have a darker brown, just mix your regular brown with black and that'll darken it. And this brown is so dark it's almost black. But you're just going to come in here and you're going to add some bark lines. And you can see it almost looks black. You're just going to add bark lines to all these branches that we just painted. we're gonna add one more little branch that kind of comes off up this way. All right, now that we have our tree done, rinse that brush off, and we're gonna wait for our branches to dry and start on our snake. Remember, you can use whatever color you want your snake. It's completely up to you. All right, let's start on our snake. Get that small brush, that small round brush that we drew our branches with, and that's what we're gonna draw our snake with. My snake is yellow, so get whatever color you are going to draw, whatever color your snake is gonna be, and that's the color you're gonna start to draw with. And my snake starts kind of right here, and he just kind of curves up. And this is the top line of his body. And he's just gonna curve down and back up, and he's gonna go behind this branch. All right, let's do the bottom half of his body. So he's a pretty fat snake, so we'll start the bottom. And then from here, his head comes out from down here. All right, with your bigger round brush, we're gonna fill all that in. All right, now that we have him filled in, I'm gonna wait until he dries a little bit, and then I'm gonna do a second coat of yellow. Because the yellow is so light, you can see the tree branch through. So I'm gonna wait until that darkens up. In the meantime, with that small round brush that we have been drawing with, we're gonna start adding our greenery. So pick a color, any of the greenery colors that you have is fine. And we're gonna start down here, and I'm gonna add 4 big leaves right here. And they're just those leaves that are like parentheses. And I'm just drawing right now. I just want to get them placed. Alright, now that I have those done, I'm just going to go back and fill them in. I'm just going to wipe any excess green off, and I'm going to go into a darker green, and I'm just going to add some dimension. So maybe some darker green there. Alright, now I'm going to take my darkest green and I'm going to come down here and I'm going to add 2 more of those leaves that look like parentheses. There's one. It just runs right off your canvas. I'm going to add some different color green in here. And I'm going to go to this color green, and maybe right here, right by the snake's head, there's a few little baby leaves. And then from here, we're going to put a leaf. You can add your leaves anywhere you want to. In just a minute, I'm going to show you how to do a couple more different type of jungle leaves. But really, you can add them anywhere you want to. And then up here I'm going to have some. I'm not really wiping my brush as I switch green colors either. I'm just keep on going. Alright, I'm gonna do, uh-oh, I got green on my snake. Well, when we do the second coat of yellow, that'll fix that. I'm gonna do a big branch that kind of comes right down. Or a big leaf, I'm sorry, that comes right in between the bend of his body. Alright, let me show you how to make kind of a fun jungle shaped leaf. It's kind of a heart shape. So we'll put one right here and just kind of curves up and it curves down in the middle, curves back up. And instead of having like a point, the end kind of rounds. And then you can use, because this is a bigger leaf, if you want to use your bigger round brush to fill this in, you can. And we're gonna do another one of these kind of right over here. So again, it kind of curves up. The end is round, not really pointed. Alright, now with our smaller round brush, these leaves kind of hang on the tree with a little stem. So make a little stem. We'll add the detail to those in just a minute. We're going to add a few more leaves, regular parenthesis leaves, up in this top corner. I'm going to take my light green and add in here. And again, if you don't have different shades of green, just add yellow to whatever you have and it'll lighten that green. Alright, I kind of have a bare space here, so I'm going to stick a leaf. Alright, let's go back and add those lines to our jungle heart-shaped leaves. So with a lighter green or yellow, you have that stem that kind of comes down in the middle. And then you've got the veins that kind of run across. And do the same thing to this one. So we have this vein that comes down the middle. We have these veins that come across each side. Got out of the lines. I'm gonna fix that just by making my leaf bigger. All right, now we're going to add a second coat of that yellow to my snake. Now, if your first coat covered well, you do not have to do a second coat. Alright, now we are ready for our black spot. Make sure your snake is really good and dry before you start doing your spots. We're going to start with his eyes. So this is the small brush that you've been using mostly for drawing. That back end, you're going to dip it just in the black, and we're going to give him two little eyes. One right there, and whoops. right there. Alright, now let's do some spots on this snake. You can do your spots however you want to. You can put them wherever you want to. It's completely up to you. He's going to have some lines that kind of run right around his mouth. And we're going to do a spot kind of right on top of his nose. Again, you can put your spots wherever you want to, however you want to do
It's completely up to you. Maybe you have a favorite snake that you want to paint your snake like, so you could do that. I'm a camper snake, so I didn't really have a favorite.
Alright guys, sign your name. Every artist does it. And you are finished. I'm going to give you a little sneak peek at what I will be working on. What's coming down the pike. So be on the lookout for this adorable koala video. He'll be coming soon. I hope you enjoyed painting with me today. If you want us to continue to bring you amazing art and fun stuff to do, hit like and subscribe, and we will keep bringing you fun stuff to do. Happy painting. Bye.